When we are born, we are surrounded by love and support. The same should be true when our life journey comes to an end. Those who are looking to spend their last days in the company and comfort of loved ones often turn to hospice. A philosophy rooted in specialized and compassionate care, hospice neither prolongs life nor hastens death. Rather, it focuses on comfort and quality of life for people with terminal illness.
To meet criteria for hospice care, the patient would have to have a prognosis declared by a physician of 6 months or less with a terminal condition. And secondarily, and perhaps more importantly, the patient would have to be surrendering curative care and transition their goals toward comfort measures as they approach the end of life.
Although hospice care can be provided in any one of these settings, for many, the best place to receive end-of-life care is in the comfort of their own home. Here, patients can continue to live out life's moments in the place that is most familiar to them, surrounded by the people they love most. While at home, patients have full access to the entire hospice interdisciplinary team, including professionals who can help patients meet their physical, emotional, and spiritual needs.
I am an RN by trade, and as I went through caring for my patients, I knew that as soon as I ever needed it, I wanted to be on hospice, because hospice isn't about dying, it's about living. They come in and help provide physical services such as bathing and showering, but hospice also provides someone to talk to, but it's mostly just to help me live happy and carefree through the end of my journey.
In order to have a hospice team that's really working well together, we need to have a balance of both clinical excellence and also the ability to really listen to the patient. The patient is always the expert at understanding their own goals and priorities, and we work together as a team to support the patient.
Hospice not only provides care for the patients, but supports family and friends as well.
Hospice's key support for families and friends who are losing someone to death is to explain the process, to support them, to help addressing the what's going on, how can we help, what does my family member need. In the absence of this support in the dying process, grief can be a much greater struggle for families who survive this. They can be at risk for complicated grief, but certainly they would remain unsupported as they struggle with the meaning and the difficulty of losing a family member or close friend.
When the focus of treatment changes from curative to comfort, the hospice team will be there for the patient and their loved ones, ensuring everyone receives the love and compassion they deserve.
Sadie was a very mature 5-year-old and 6-year-old when she passed away. She loved dancing, she loved drawing, she loved crafts. She was our oldest, and so she took great pride in being a big sister.
You know, you have a limited amount of time with your daughter, and so one of our goals was to maintain the highest quality of life possible for Sadie. The second goal was to follow Sadie's lead. If she didn't want to do chemotherapy or didn't want to go to the hospital, we would follow her lead. And working with Rocky Mountain Hospice allowed us that flexibility to be at home, to care for her in the best way that we could, and to also maintain the highest quality of life possible.
And also, the team that they had, they helped Zach and I to feel comfortable giving her the medicine she needed and making her as comfortable as possible. The social worker helped our children to recognize what was coming. She brought books out about dying and different things like that. And also afterwards, they have a bereavement team that continued to meet with us and coach us in how we could deal with our grieving and emotions.
For over 15 years, Rocky Mountain Hospice has been providing quality, compassionate care to those who are faced with end-of-life decisions. The entire staff is committed to patient comfort, ensuring that every patient is given the opportunity to live their final days with dignity and respect.
We have board-certified hospice physicians and excellent leadership in our hospice across every discipline, so the patient has support socially, spiritually, and emotionally. And I think that whole person care really sets Rocky Mountain Hospice apart.
Rocky Mountain Hospice is leading the way in expanding their care to broader end-of-life issues and palliative care. The distinguishing qualities that allow this expansion from the care of patients in the very last days and hours of life to a broader end-of-life and palliative care perspective are attention to goals of care discussion, patient autonomy, and the listening qualities that are the hallmark of compassionate care and promote dignity and respect for patients facing the most challenging time of their lives.
I love them because the care they give me is amazing, but the way they care for me is beyond amazing, and I know they love me. I wouldn't tell anybody else to go anywhere except Rocky Mountain Hospice. They're absolutely the best team of angels.
They were a wonderful group of individuals who provided us care in that time and also after, and I consider them angels on earth. And we love them. We truly love them.
Rocky Mountain Hospice is Medicare and Medicaid certified and able to provide care to patients of all ages as well as their loved ones. If you or someone you know is in need of hospice care, the dedicated team at Rocky Mountain Hospice is there to help. For more information, log on to www.rmcare.com or call the number on your screen.